It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got a new drop from Joyner. My man put out the entire album. I'm excited for this. If this is something where you guys want me to go through a lot of it, let me know down below in the comments. Initially, I'm just going to grab a couple of them that I'm really interested in hearing, like Symba and DMX on a track, because first of all, rest in peace, X. One of my favorite, and I've said this many times in my live streams, like DMX, Tupac, and Eminem were probably the three most listened to artists for me at one point growing up. Like, easily one of the most listened to. I remember having Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and Eminem's Slim Shady LP, and I just cycled between those two nonstop. Like, those were my jams at one point. So, always got love for DMX. Again, rest in peace. Symba is somebody that I came across during live streams that you guys brought to my attention, and he is really good. I feel like as a writer, that dude is amazing. Like I think it was a Bootleg Kev or something he did a freestyle on. It wasn't actually like freestyle off the top, but like, you know what I'm saying? A verse over a random different beat, and he bodied it. And then some of his songs are absolutely amazing. So I'm curious to hear what he does with Joyner and what they got with DMX on here. So let's just dive in. Let's see what this one's all about.
Yo, either you play the game or the game plays you. And if you don't get the picture, nigga, change angles. We used to be broke, now I changed angle. And before the theater in my crib, it was plain cable. Oh, are you lame, ain't you? And if you lame, you stay lame. Money can't change you. I'm a bigger artist, and I don't care if we on the same label. I put a baby and a plan B in the same cradle. Getting rich was my only plan. Cause you can't raise my son and have an OnlyFans. Project Windows was my only fan. Take my mom out the hood, that was my only plan.
My man said, you can't raise my baby and have an OnlyFans. That's going to cause some controversy amongst some women out there that be doing some things. I personally feel the same way. At the end of the day, like me separating, hey, listen, live your life, get your bag, do what you got to do. I'm going to be real with you. If I was a woman, I'd be spreading, I'd be doing all the things, get me the bag. Like, if I could literally just sit here and take some pictures of myself in lingerie, take some clothes off, you know what I'm saying, show some cheeks, and make potentially thousands, if not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably gonna do it. I'd probably do it. I ain't even gonna play with you. But at the same time, I don't feel like I would do that if I was trying to be a mother. And I'm not throwing any shade at anybody that does do it. Like I said, hey, live your life, do what you want to do. Part of me has to feel a little bit bad for the kid, because I know that there's going to be a point where the kid's going to go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? When his mom's shit is spread all over the internet, you know, or you're in school and you're in like 7th, 8th grade or something, and some kid shows you your mom with her ass cheeks spread out, or somebody just fucking breaking her back. You know what I'm like? It's just, I just feel like that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Is kind of crazy. Whether the person breaking her back is the dad and they just doing one together, or it's some random dudes that she, you know, does it with to make money, or even if she's just on there just completely naked. Like, I don't know, man. Like, used to get offended in school. Like, I remember there was some kids who had like hot moms, right? And you can't even say like, yo, you got a hot mom. Like, they'd be mad at you. Imagine now if you could be like, yo, your mom got some nice titties. Yo, I saw your mom playing with herself with a dildo last night. Like, imagine, like that, yo, this shit is raw. I'm just being honest with you, and we know how kids are, and that shit is inevitably gonna happen. And I don't know, I couldn't be going through school. I'm in high school, and I know that, like, yo, some of the kids in here might be subscribed to my mom's OnlyFans, just watching her do her thing. Like, I don't know, right? It's a tough one. It's a tough pill to swallow, and I feel like it's gotta alter you in some ways. So I'm on board with his side of it, where I'm like, listen, there's no way that I'm gonna be okay with that. Like, if I'm with somebody, I'm not really, you know, if I went into a relationship and she was already doing it, then it is what it is. Like, I chose that, right? I chose that. But if we're together and you suddenly decide you want to do it, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's for me. And if we have a kid, it's definitely not cool. It's definitely not cool. At that point, I don't know there's not much I can do, right? Like, I can't control your body. I'm not going to try to like force somebody to not do what they want to do. But at the end of the day, like, that's going to definitely ruin our relationship. And I'm going to be pretty upset that our kid is going to have to go through some shit like that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that it's the greatest thing, but to each their own, I guess.
I only plan, cause you can't raise my son and have an OnlyFans. Project Windows was my only fan. Take my mom out the hood, that was my only plan.
That's dope.
I'm a overthinker that over plans. You still throwing haymakers, praying and hoping lands. My sin's gonna kill me and I know it can. Like staring at a barrel with a 9, but I hope it jams. Why do niggas hate me? I can't find an answer. They remind me of some tumors, that's a lot of cancer. Or a lot of banter. Don't know if my son would be disappointed or surprised after he finds out I'm Santa. In order to live, I needed to know how I could hide the tantrums. In order to get where I needed to go, I took a lot of slander. I took a lot of chances. I told wifey I got rules. If you call her with my hoe, then I don't gotta answer. Say that I ain't shit, well, you may be right.
He says, yo, I told my wife if you call with my hoe, yo, I ain't gotta answer. That's the rule. Like, yo, that's wild.
Cause I can sell your mama drugs after I lay the pipe. Sell a bitch dope after I raise the price. Fuck getting stabbed in the back, I'd rather face a knife. And I want all the smoke, this is not haze. This that homegrown methadone John Blaze. I hate when you niggas act like you're not phased. I hate when my bitches act like they not slaves. And I'm a born sinner, but I got saved. Show up to the church, then I got paid.
Yo, I mean, I don't know that he necessarily feels exactly as he's saying, but like he's saying some shit that I feel like people are gonna be like, yo, that's crazy. He said, I hate when my bitch feel like they're not slaves.
I'm what God made, and fuck a do-rag. I had so many brushes with death, I think I got waves. Little roach, I think I got raid. Pest control on them, they got sprayed. The day you can picture me giving cops names, the day that you can picture ASAP Rocky without braids.
Picture niggas rolling, flying foreign, floating out of space. Or bitches on Instagram with no filter face. Picture of judges ain't.
Yo, there's a lot of shit to talk about in this. My man says, picture girls on Instagram without the filter face. I'm just, listen, if you a female and you watching this, just please stop. Please stop. I don't get it. I mean, listen, if you, at the end of the day, do what you want to do, but I don't get it. Personally, I don't get it. Like when I go and I look at some girl's pictures or something like that, or I have an interaction with somebody and you know, and obviously who cares what I think at the end of the day, but if like, let's just say I want to slide in the DMs or we had like a nice little interaction and I want to, you know, maybe talk to you a little bit, but I don't know you personally yet. Like I've not seen you in person and every single picture on your page is filtered. Like, I mean, it's not going to stop me from talking to you. If you're cool, like, whatever, we get together. But, like, there's some times where, like, you're going to be significantly surprised at the way the person actually looks, right? Now, it's cool. Like, if you want to do some filters, but also some without, have at it. Do what you got to do. But I just think that the people that load their profile with only filters, you got to be careful with that. Again, I'm not judging because a lot of women that do the filters, they actually are extremely beautiful without them. And I think that maybe it's just a self-image thing or something where they just think, oh, this looks better, so I'm going to put this forward. And in reality, like us as men would be just as attracted to you if you just were natural, right? But there are some that are so extreme that it's mind-boggling. That's the only word. Mind-boggling is the best word. I've said this in some other reaction before, but there was this one girl, and it wasn't so much that I was trying to talk to her, but she popped up on my Facebook feed. This was years back now, and I saw the picture. Maybe it was like a, you know, suggested friend or something like that. And I'm looking at it, and she looked like a light-skinned girl. Like her skin looked a little bit lighter than mine. And she had like, you know, nice short hair. Like I like short hair. And I'm thinking like, yo, okay, this girl is kind of cute. Almost looked like she got a little bit of freckles. I couldn't tell that it was a filter at the time. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I clicked on it, and I don't really be adding random people. And I probably wouldn't have added her anyway, even if this was exactly how she looked. But I just was like, you know, let me see another picture. So maybe, you know, I've seen her somewhere and I just don't recall it because she lives locally. And I go to the next picture, and she goes from a mixed woman, which is it's not, it doesn't matter that she wasn't mixed. Like I like all shades of women, to be honest with you, but she ended up being this girl who was like pale white. And I don't say pale as far as making it a diss. I'm just trying to show the extravagant difference that the filter did, right? She looked almost my color. And then when I looked and swiped, she's like a pale white, and she looks nothing like it. It changed the shape and size of her eyes, her nose, her lips, like everything looked different. I was like, wait a minute. I thought the second picture was like a picture of a friend of hers or something for a moment, that she had made a profile picture. Maybe something happened to this girl, and so she made it her picture to like show respect or love to her. Nope. I go through more pictures and I'm like, no, this is actually her. That one picture was her using a filter, and she decided to put that as her profile picture. And it was so vastly different from how she actually looked. Like imagine if someone just went off of that, talked with her, and just was like, all right, let me go meet her in person. Like you would not be able to pick her out. If she came up to you and started talking to you, I promise you'd have been like, who are you? Like, I don't know you. Like, you're not the person that I was just talking to online. So that kind of filter shit is crazy to me. it's just, I don't know. I don't really understand it. And I get it. Like maybe you get more attention. You feel more comfortable with yourself, like using the filter, but like, it's very deceiving. And in the long run, if you talk to somebody, like they're going to have to see you in person at some point. And I just don't think that you're doing yourself any justice by making yourself look completely different than you actually look. It just seems really odd to me. Anyways, long-winded. I'm sorry. This is what I do with reactions, though.
On them, they got sprayed. The day you can picture me giving cops names. The day that you can picture ASAP Rocky without brains.
Picture niggas rolling, flying foreign, floating out of space. Or bitches on Instagram with no filter face. Picture if judges ain't judge us by race. My nigga Thugger would be free. I pray he be this case. Picture the industry when it's missing me. Nigga.
I'm not going to go in too deep on that because I've already paused and talked for so long, but I don't know that I buy into the fact that Young Thug is having a harder time because he's black. I can't say that for sure because I've not followed everything to do with the court proceedings, and I get the whole argument against like using lyrics and stuff, but it's like if your lyrics like specifically mention a time, place, or like a very specific situation, and then that actually does correlate with a crime, I feel like you're doing it to yourself at that point, right? Like you're doing it to yourself. So, I mean, if there's other, like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it's almost like sometimes people get in trouble and people acknowledge that they may have actually lived this life, but they're arguing that like they don't have enough proof that they did it, even though you know that they did it, but you're like, well, you can't use the lyrics to prove that. And so what kind of case do you have? So, you know, it must just be because he's black. You got to let him go. And it's like, but bro, like if, I don't know, I guess I just lived to the whole, like, if you did some shit, you got caught, that's the consequence of the shit that you did. I'm not saying that they should fabricate stuff, ever lie, anything like that, but like, I don't know. Maybe he is completely innocent and I've just not followed enough, but it just seems like there are some things that he was involved with, clearly. And YSL did some shit, right? And if he's the head of that, like, that's something that you end up having to answer to. Like, that's why you just don't do shit like that, especially when you make that much money. Just don't be around people like that. Don't be around a lifestyle like that. Just get your money and just keep moving, right? Like, so I don't know how I feel about that one.
Niggas run their mouth with no insurance, can't even fix their teeth. Everybody telling me stay woke, but shit, I need some sleep. I'm about to change my number, drop a comment if we need to speak. All you niggas who did less for me, trying to get next to me. I don't trust you niggas with no money, but got expertise. Level up or leave, pull up in them SUVs. Security is refugees, travel across the 7 seas. People in my pocket like I ain't got one at home to feed. Fell out with my cousin cause I won't spot him 11 G's. Auntie mad cause I don't call as much as she be calling me. I swear to God, sometimes I wish my family had a referee. Big dogs gotta play for keeps. I'm courtside or I'm in the suites. Some niggas said I don't support the streets. He just mad that I ain't like his beats.
Yeah, some people have some really big issues with their family when they get famous, make a whole lot of money and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not there. I'm not making a ton of money. Would love to one day. Wish. I'm gonna keep wishing and try to materialize that. But I don't think that I would have any, like, my family is extremely dope. You know what I'm saying? I think that if I were to help out in any way at all, even in the smallest way, I think that it would just be appreciated. My family is not, it just, I don't know. Like, I get that some people have those issues, but I feel like you probably had some issues with your family before and you knew that they were kind of a certain way, but you just kind of, you know, you just deal with it because it's your family. Whereas I don't think that my family, I just don't see myself having any problem like that ever at all.
The insecurity's so loud. When you win, they wanna stop you. I'm guessing that's how it go now. The album about to drop. This whole year look like a rollout. They was acting like they ain't know, but I bet they know now.
See, Symba's fire, man. If you don't know much about this dude, you gotta look him up. He is on point. But now we about to get some X, I think. I'm excited. Rest in peace.
Been through the pain, been through the struggle, been through the rain, made it out the jungle, and I'm grateful for it all. The blessings and the curses, the triumphs and the failures, the lessons and the verses, the best and the worstest, yet to be seen. And based on what I've been through, I don't know what that means, but whatever it's gonna be good, cause I know God, and knowing me, it's gonna be hood, cause let me walk you through the darkness, walk you to the light, walk you through the hardest fights of your life, walk you through the good times, walk you through the struggle, walk with you through it all, just because I love you, hug you when you need me to, scold you when I have to, teach you when I got to, the devil's trying to get at you, try not to let him grab you, but even if he does, I'll be right there to help get him off, just because. Before I was born, you was right there, even after I'm gone, you'll be right there, and whenever it's on, you'll be truth, you'll be right there. Before I was born, you was right there. Even after I'm gone, you'll be right there. Come on. And whenever it's on, you'll be right there. I make it through the storm, cause you'll be right there. Come on. In the name of Jesus. I love it, man. I thank you for it all. I thank you for it all. I thank you for my blessings. I thank you for my curses. I thank you for my problems. I thank you for my triumphs. I just thank you for it all. Everything I went through, I know it was for the grace of God. And it's going to help somebody someday. Hello, I'm talking to somebody.
Let's go.
To somebody.
Yo, he's talking to me right now. I needed that.
Hey, come on. I didn't go, no.
That classic growl, man. I miss that man. Rest in peace to DMX. I didn't even want to stop during his verse. I felt like, we got to just let DMX cook. You got to let him do what he does. And that was amazing. I really liked that verse. That was one of the better verses I may have heard from DMX in a long, long time. Some of his early shit, like it was really dope, but he wasn't like the most lyrical. I feel like this was extremely well written. And whew, I like that. I thank you for everything. My blessings, my curses, my everything that I've been through, all that kind of stuff. As I've gotten older, I feel like I've found more of a faith myself and a belief in God, so to speak. I'm not necessarily aligning with any religion because I'm still kind of iffy on how all that shit goes, and I feel like some of that stuff is a little fishy, but I feel like having that connection with something greater than yourself, I think it's a beautiful thing, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And some people believe, some people don't, and that's for them to do. And in my mind, I kind of follow the idea of those that don't believe aren't necessarily like horrible people, right? Like some people look at it like, well, if you don't believe and you don't pay homage and don't put yourself towards the light and all this other stuff, then you're going to kind of be turned away when the day comes, right? Where the judgment day comes or different stuff like that. And I personally would never believe that. I think that in all reality, let's just say, God does exist, created us all, in his what is it? Like in his, I can't think of the words. You know what I'm trying to say though, but like in his likeness, or you know what I'm saying? And he overlooks us and I just don't see somebody of that power, of that magnitude, of that, level that we'll never reach, looking at people and being like, oh, well, I don't like you because you don't believe. I think that it'd also be one of the most understanding people that there ever could be, one of the most understanding beings, or whatever it is that you want to say. Hopefully I'm not disrespecting anybody's religion or saying anything that people will get mad about, because this is all something that I'm, relatively new to. I'm still partially kind of agnostic, the whole, like, I don't know, so I can't say one way or the other, but I feel like, having a conversation with the Lord and just like, sharing things and being thankful for stuff and everything like that, I think that it's worth doing, because I think that it's also a good way for you to just understand yourself better. And I don't know. I think there's a lot of benefits to it. But again, I don't think everybody has to believe. And I don't think that there's any negative outcome for you not believing. I think that it's understood that we're all going to kind of be a different part of the wavelength. We're all going to think different things. We're all, you know what I mean? Like that's the reason why we have the ability to think, and we're so free minded, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's a part of it. And I think that that's all okay. I think the bad things are just like the people that you kill people, you take advantage of people, like, what I mean by that is like people that be, messing with kids and, what I'm saying? Shit like that is a whole nother story. But as far as just having a belief or what you believe in, or, different shit like that, I think a lot of that stuff is understood. That'd be my opinion. Anyways, I'm not here for that. I'm not trying to preach to nobody. So this was dope. Shout out to Joyner, Symba, DMX. They all bodied this. I talked for a long time. It's probably like a 20-minute reaction. So here we go, baby. I appreciate you guys. Anybody that's still here, especially after my talk about God and stuff, because some people I know, again, that may not believe, all right, next one. But if you're still here and you decide to leave a comment down below, just throw a little apple down there. Let me know that somehow you made it to the end. And I say somehow because I was yapping in this one. So I appreciate you guys. You guys are the GOATs. And I will catch you in the next one, homies.